back to my kitchen. Today I wanted to make a video about how I can help you incorporate more vegetables into your life. It's one of my priorities as a nutrition health coach, and it's one of the first questions I like to ask women I work with, how much vegetables they actually like and how much they actually eat every day. Most of us tend to think about vegetables as a side dish, you know, that thing on the side of your plate. And I like to teach people how vegetables should be the centerpiece of your meal. And in fact, how you could incorporate more of that into your breakfast, your lunch, your snack if you snack, and your dinner. And there are many ways to do that. And most people don't know, most people are bored with vegetables, and I want this to end. And maybe for you, it's gonna end now. So I wanna give you a few tips on vegetables that you probably already know, but how to cook them differently maybe from what you're already doing. And hopefully you'll discover a new type of vegetable. It's a root and it's full of nutrients. It's perfect for your gut health and overall well-being. So without any further ado, let's start with which are the vegetables I chose and I will cook with. We'll cook with this one, the Brussels sprout. We'll cook some small red pepper and yellow peppers. I think they're called sweet peppers. We'll cook a beautiful, look, see how beautiful it is? A cauliflower, and then an eggplant. And you better cook this one and not eating raw. I've added in there some garlic because I love to have pre-cooked roasted garlic. And the last one, and the one I'm hoping to make you discover today, is this. It's called a Jerusalem artichoke or sunchoke. It's available everywhere in Florida where I live, and it's a root. It has nothing to do with Jerusalem or an artichoke. And please, if you know where this name comes from, by all means put it in the notes. But this looks, it's a root and it looks like, I would say ginger. And when you cook this, when you oven roast this, it has this delicious flavor and it melts in your mouth. It's delicious, you cannot resist it. And as long as you know how to cook it. So today is going to be about oven roasting vegetables. So let me go backwards a little bit. There's different ways you can enjoy vegetables. And I always advise to eat them raw, you know, like this. Eat them raw as much as you can. They're full of energy, full of flavors. They're perfect chopped in a salad or juiced, cold pressed juice, or put in a smoothie. So raw is often the best way to eat vegetables because you conserve all these vital vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, and the fibers, apart from unless you juice them. If you make a smoothie, you can serve the dietary fibers. So you could eat them raw, and I advise women to eat as much raw food as possible, raw veggies as possible, during midday, where your digestive fire is at its peak, where your digestive system is more able to process raw food, which is a bit more difficult than cooked food. And towards the evening, for dinner, try and enjoy your vegetables with a slight cook process into it. Either you steam them or you saute them for a few minutes, you know, until they're half cooked, or you oven roast your vegetables. And this allows you to mix in a lot of flavors, a lot of spices that I will show you, and it gives a delicious meal for the family. The kids enjoy it. And the best part about it is that you oven roast a ton of vegetables on one day, and you don't have to do it any other day of the week. Your food prep is done, put them in containers, and you can reuse them in salads as a dish, you know, with a fish or a meat or anything the next dinner. You see what I mean? You could pre-roast them, keep them in your fridge, and then reuse them either cool or warmed up that day. So it's called it's simple, it's food prep. and you do that in one batch. So today I'm going to show you how we can do all these at the same time, so save time in the kitchen and then have it ready for the week. All right? So the first thing we'll do is we'll pre-chop and cut all ingredients and display them in different bowls like this. Then I will share with you the base for all the seasoning, and then I will add a little touch here and there as to what spice I like added to my peppers, to my eggplants, etc. And then we'll display them flat on a baking sheet. We'll put them in a warm oven on 400 degrees Fahrenheit, which is around 200 degrees Celsius. And they will cook for about 25 minutes. Most of them go between 20 and 35 minutes. So let's start with Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts, you wash them and then you're gonna chop the end and cut it. All right, so you chop the end and then you take it like this. And these ones are big, so I would do 2 cuts. And you keep all these leaves. It's very important because they will become crunchy, and that's the part that kids love. They make like little Brussels sprout chips. So this, the beauty is, you don't have anything to do. You just put it like this, season, and go. And then you eat them like this. They're delicious. For the eggplant, you chop the end, and you're going to make about 1 inch wide slices. All right? I've prepared it for you there already. And please do not throw away any of these. Either you have a compost or you could do a nice soup or vegetable broth out of everything. So I keep them, all these ends, in a bowl, and later on I can make an amazing broth with it. Let's keep going. The cauliflower, there's plenty of ways to do it. You could either make a nice, have you seen this in restaurants? You could make a nice flat, beautiful cauliflower, and then you season and you do it like this. Or you could just chop it in flores. I'm gonna do a mix of both. Put it in my bowl. And the last thing is our sunchokes, our Jerusalem artichokes. You don't have to do anything. If they're big, you cut them in half. Otherwise, we'll just season them. Okay? So now, the base for every oven roasting vegetable is olive oil, salt, and pepper. Yes, it's not anything more complicated than this. And as a matter of fact, the peppers is all you need. Some oil, some black pepper, and some sea salt or Himalayan salt. You have this, it's ready, you shake them and you lay them flat. I'll show you later. You lay them flat on a baking sheet. Now moving on. For this one we'll do the same base. More difficult because it has to be on all the flats, all the surfaces. You need to make sure that the oil is there. You can use your hands, turn them around. Right. And then shake it, shake it, shake it. And then you lay them flat on a baking sheet. Okay? Now, I'll do this one last because it stains. I want to do a turmeric cauliflower. So let's take the Brussels sprout. For the Brussels sprout, I'll take them next because I want to do an Asian taste. So let's do those Jerusalem artichokes, sunchokes, and for that, similarly, we're going to do a bit of oil. Some salt. And I'm going to show you a tip that I like to do. If you can get your hands on some onion and garlic powder, these are amazing to give flavor to your roasted vegetables. So look, I'm going to take a little bit of both and blend them nicely in my sunchokes. Up. Voila. Shake, and then we'll lay them flat. So let's do those Brussels sprouts. something to change and to give it, you could easily do exactly what I've done with the others, but I'm going to show you some way that I love to cook those Brussels sprouts. Like in Japanese restaurants, I sometimes find them, they're delicious. They're the crispy Brussels sprouts, Asian glazed. To do the Asian glazing, you're going to need my favorite sesame oil. My next favorite coconut aminos. Not too much. And you don't have to, but I love to add some minced ginger paste. I'm gonna use this. Oops. Comme à la maison. A little bit. And then you blend. Don't forget to add salt and pepper. Et voilà. It smells delicious. Oh la la. And finally, this one, as I said, I love to add the turmeric. Turmeric, no need for an introduction. Amazing anti-inflammatory. My English is leaving me. So you do this. A little bit of turmeric powder. It's actually a lot. But it's anti-inflammatory. I love it. And it actually tastes delicious. With this, you remember to make it bioavailable for your body to absorb all the properties and benefits of the turmeric, of the curcumin in the turmeric. You use pepperin in the black pepper. So both of them work hand in hand. Wherever you put turmeric, you put black pepper. Okay? And last important thing, the third wheel of this trio is the oil. So I use olive oil, and the curcumin, the pepperin, and the oil will mix nicely together to give you all the health benefits of turmeric. All right? Again, use gloves if you do it with your hands. Otherwise, try and incorporate them nicely. At this stage, I'm going to show you how I like adding a bit more when I turn them so they're evenly coated. All right, let's put it there. And I will show you now how I lay them flat and put them in the oven. The reason why you want to incorporate as many of these vegetables in your diet as possible on a daily basis is for the incredible vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, and dietary fibers that they contain. Especially this one, it's huge in dietary fiber to help your digestive system. And you know why that is? It's full of what we call prebiotics. Prebiotics are actually food for your beneficial gut bacteria. So you're feeding your good gut bugs. Does it make sense? It's another conversation between you and me on another video, but basically you want as many beneficial bacteria in your intestine in order to be healthy. So eat as many dietary fibers as you can, especially these are low in calories. Most vegetables are actually low in sugar, which is perfect. Some of them were higher, but we can decide which one we want to go for. So now is the time to figure out if we have enough seasoning. For instance, on this, I changed my mind, and I can do that now to show you. I want to add cumin to give it this extra flavor that I associate with Morocco, but some people with other countries, maybe India or so. Cumin is another aid for digestion and tastes amazing if you ask me. It's not not everybody likes it, but this is the way that you can add it at the last minute if you think, oh, I forgot this or that. Okay, so it's sprinkled all over it. Now we're ready. We're going to put them in the oven, which is behind me, already heat up on 400 degrees.